Hey, hello, Peppy. Welcome to Sunday Night Live with me and the Emily Flying Boat here. I'd like to make a personal apology for not being online last night. My daughter took me out for dinner. As I told Freddie, I told Freddie, yes, you had to come back from your live stream, Frank. So, well, it's the first time I've been out of the house in about 3 months. No, about 4 months. So my daughter took me out to a steakhouse yesterday and got some dinner. Time I got home, you guys probably ready to go to bed anyway. I said, oh, what the hell, we'll do it tomorrow. So tomorrow's Sunday, and time is now. I already saw you guys, everybody, for last night because it's just something I had no idea. Okay, we got five watching. Welcome everybody to Saturday Night Live with me and the Emily Flying Boat. Tonight we'll get the decals on it and get it all finished up. Probably by tomorrow, probably Tuesday, we'll have the final reveal for it and have it done, and we'll go to something else. I got the P2V Neptune back here. That'll probably come up next. Okay, we got Peppy here. We got Bruce, the Mystic Modeler from the garage. He's here. Thank you for tuning in there, old buddy. Bruce will have a little Zoom action tomorrow about 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. So I'll be there. Now, I posted the link on the chat board right there. It's my YouTube right there. That may be the link to get in. If you guys join in, first thing you get on top of the monitor next to me, and that way we can look at each other and stuff and look at our projects that we build. I don't know what's going to work on. So I'm figuring all this stuff on my own. I don't know how these links work. So I guess as long as you're live, we got a link on there like that. So I guess you can join in too. And so there's a link up there if you don't want to join in and be part of the build and the chat and the Sunday night fun madness of working on the flying boat. I'm working on Emily right here. We'll get the decals on tonight on this thing. This is the new tooled version of the Emily Flying Boat by Hasegawa. I've got the original first release of it, the late 60s or early 70s release of it, and quite a different kick compared to this one here. This one here is pretty much up to stuff. Comes with 16 crew figures. Each figure's got about 4 pieces to them. Yeah, a lot of work to do. And painting also as well. Models for beer. Boy, that sounds good. Welcome to tonight's live action with me and the gang and the Emily Flying Boat. Together, we're going to go ahead and start getting some decals on this thing and prepare it for the final reveal. I got some finishing stuff I got to do on everything, and get it done for the final reveal. I still gotta get that B36 hung up somewhere. I gotta get me a step for that. I think I'll go out in the garage tomorrow, get a step ladder and hang that bad boy up. It's sticking there, and the thing is keep running into that wing in that thing, just like in the other one. This time make it on top of it. That sounds good there, Bruce. Thanks, buddy. God bless you, man. Hope you're feeling well. You're okay, and the sea witch is coming on good. I've been jumping that sea witch too. I've got to put the rat lines on it now because when I get all those rat lines done on it, I'm home free with the running rigging. That's going to be a challenge and fun. And you can see that kit builds a lot differently than the ones you normally build, Bruce. It's just an old school kit. You just got to use old school technologies to get around the hard spots of the construction of the kit in general. was following up the news on YouTube like that. I guess Mr. Trump is going to send out all these troops out there. Well, that's going to be a slaughter in 10th Avenue. Let's see what that's going to turn out to be. It's going to be a mess. My name is Bennett. I'm not in. I had my share of wars. Okay. We're going to start here in a minute right here. And there are all these decals on this thing. We get propellers. Here's my air screws. We get both painted up tonight and installed. Okay, we got 7 watching, 1 thumbs up. I'm going to hold it pretty right here before we get started. Okay. Okay, we got Peppy, we got Bruce, we got models for beer. Okay, we'll have some fun. All right, we'll get this camera swinging down and get started on the Zemway. She ain't going to get done by herself like the way it is. Tony gave me a bottle of decals. I'm going to use this stuff tonight, put the decals on instead of using this. This stuff's the best you can get right here. Walther's decal set. This stuff has really strong solution. Boy, you'll shrink those decals up like a glove. Hope we get Tony tonight. The decals soft up before I get it on there. Lord. Now what it goes to. Oh, I can tell he's dropped these across over here in the water. It's fine. Always dropping stuff. Now I'll try out this Marcus Mark Fit. Oh, such a nice day today, kids. Real nice day. Five watching, two thumbs up. We still got everybody on there. Any of you fellas working on anything right now, or are you just chilling out tonight for Sunday? Okay, here we go. Check that decal. Knock that off. Okay, good. Yeah, it's good. You're doing a good job there, Bruce. That's what we do. Because, like I say, those you know how flimsy those masts are. You put those forestays on it, it'll bend over like that. By the time you put the backstays, it'll be, you just put a warp in it. So the backstays, what it does, it keeps the mast straight this way. It's strong enough so it won't move any direction. Then you'd be able to put your forestays on and it'll lock it in. Because the backstays, they're all the points are there where it's supposed to go at will keep the mast from raking forward or back. Yeah, you gotta give time for that stuff to dry, guys. To tell you, paint and stuff like that. Right now, I've got the yellow markings on the leading edges of the wings. Got one more to go, and we'll switch over and do the starboard wing. I'm gonna put the meatballs on the bottom, and so I get the colors off there. I got wing walks put on and everything. Okay, there's a meatball. I thought they sure be a meatball. They style of Hasegawa. Little red dots. Oh, they're fuel sumps? Yeah, I guess they are. I'll find a location. I will find them when I go to. Yeah. This thing's not a bad kit. Truly isn't. So pretty good. First time I've used that stuff before. Tony sent that to me with a box of goodies, and I was kind of inquisitive what this stuff could be, and they say it's for decals. So, oh wow! So I gave it a go, and it works very well. Thank you, Tony. Okay, we got 4 watching, 2 thumbs up. I'd like to get my hands on that Mavis flying boat. Oh boy. I think I'll add some pastels to this too. Get a little bit of exhaust things on there and stuff. I seen one of these things up close when I was in the Navy. Yokosuka, Japan. They had a naval museum out there. We were sitting out there in the back out there. It's big. All flight boats are big. So far, I've got about, I've got 2, 4. I got about 4 flying boats in there now. I got that big Princess over there. Got the Emily. Got the PBTY Coronado. Short Summit flying boat. The Mars, all the other stuff's in my big storage. I gotta get that stuff out of there. Man, I'm sure loathsome for that stuff. Real bad. Hey, anybody wants to join in? I posted a link on that chat on the chat board right there on the top chat. I don't know if it works or not though. I just play my ear. You guys probably tried already, though. So, but if you want to join in, get webcam friendly, just go ahead and join in. Pretty soon, I can see a lot of my friends out there on the monitor here, and like how Lindsay model builds, how he does his. was ready to go to church this morning, and my daughter didn't go. My son-in-law didn't go. They're probably tired. Oh, yeah. Man, this market looks good. I like this stuff. I gave it the world anyway, you know. I never used it before. Always a question what it's supposed to do. There's so much stuff Flyin makes in these bottles, stuff like this. You know, I see them all the time in the hobby shop over there. You know, I don't know what it does, but all I do is just buy glue. But I'm game. It works good. Oh, get the wing walks, man. Yeah, maybe that's for. Yeah, I built the USS Oregon. Bruce, when I first built that kit, that was an old 1956 ITC kit. Now, I believe Winco Model Company reboxed it. Now, let me tell you a story about that. I got that from my Aunt Edith. She bought that for me at a grocery store called Grant's. Not a grocery store, it was a department store. TG Grant's. TJ Grant's. And it's an old department store like WF Woolworths, you know. They've been out of business for Christ, about 50 years or more. And even if they've been out of business that long. And she went there and bought that for me. And it came with a motor. And when I first got it, I took it out of the water and it sunk. It sunk about, at that time, it was a little pond. That pond was probably a couple feet deep. It wasn't very deep. It was probably, if I stood up in it, it was probably just above my knees a little bit. If I stood up in it. And you know what it is when you got mud out there, you start walking around that mud, that water starts turning chocolatey, like a brown color. And I don't want to go any further because I don't want to step on it. So I was all downhearted. And about 20 years later after that, I went back to that pond. It was all dried up. I got to thinking, wow, I wonder if I could find that old battleship I had. And sure enough, I found it. It was laying. A lot of weed stuff, a lot of vegetation growth went over it. It took over everything. I finally got it out of there. A few parts are missing on it though, but hey, it's been down there for over 20 years. And I got it out. I washed it up real good and restored it. Now, to make that model really accurate, Bruce, as you know to the top of the deck, if you look at the deck, it's like this. It comes like this, around like that, straight down, around again. That's called a hurricane deck. If you're really into to make that thing really good, you gotta move that hurricane deck and rebuild it up using sheet plastic. In other words, just keep it like it is. I painted mine at the time; it was all gray during the Spanish-American War. So during the Spanish-American War, all ships of the Great White Fleet were painted gray. Then after the Spanish-American War, they returned back to white color. It's a very good kit. You'll like it when you get into it. It's a very historical battleship. It was my father went aboard that thing plenty of times. It used to be a object sentimental piece in Oregon, state of Oregon. World War II started. President Roosevelt recommissioned it as an ammunition hulk, and at the end of the war, they had no use for it, so they decided to go ahead and scrap it, get rid of it. So as they were towing it back to Washington, back to actually back to Oregon, it sunk. So all that's left is the mast. It's a good kit. Okay. Beautiful. I got the wing locks on there. Block the thing out. That's it. Wing walks on that done already. Gotta go here and give these yellow identification stripes here a little bit of smart fit. Well, I like this stuff. That stuff nails it down to the kale. Yes, it does. Okay, we got now. We got one more to go. I'm glad these wing walks and give you the decals are all one big sheet instead of individual decal sections. It really makes it hard. Ooh, Frank, get that out of there. You suck that out now. Dang it. I can't use that now. Got some more over here to use. Oh, no, I should have watched that. Okay, got a wing walk put on there. Should have watched it. Yeah, I like this. Well, sitting there now is a lot better. That way I can work on this and watch the chat board all at once. And the only thing that's bad about it, I can't get a close up of the play of that camera if I keep it in this position right here. 7 watching. 2 thumbs up. No Freddie. Or my buddy Freddie's at. That's where to go with it. That's good. Wonderful. Oh, what was that? What did I do? Please don't bet on me, please. Wonderful. Give me a block cloth. The other one got soaked full of water. That was dumb. I should have watched that. Now, up here. right there. That's a dry. That looks pretty good. Hey, Freddie. How you doing, buddy? I'll show you how much I got done on it since you haven't been here yet. So I got the decals on there. I got the wing walks on. I just got done installing the wing walks on the starboard wing, and I'm gonna go ahead and start putting the yellow identification stripes on the leading edges of the wings. Then we'll swing over and get the meatballs done on her. I sure love this flying boat, buddy. Freddie's here, guys. If it wasn't for Freddie, this build would not be possible. If it wasn't for Freddie, that B-36 over there would not be possible. Again, everybody, I'd like to make a personal apology to all you wonderful fellas about last night. It's just something unplanned. I just got done making preparing the video. I had the just ready to post the video and everything. Next thing, a daughter comes in and says, "Are you not ready yet?" So about what? He says, "Well, I want to take you out to dinner." Dinner? Since I have been out of this house about 3 or 4 months. Okay, let's go. And I went. And I had a wonderful time last night. Whew. I ate like a king last night. I had a steak last night. Went to the place called the Outback. I've never been there before. I've heard a lot of commercials about it. They had an appetizer right there. Oh, Jesus. They call it a bloomin' onion. A big, huge onion about the size of an oversized grapefruit. It was all cut. It was breaded. And they had these little cups that came with it. Have some kind of pink sauce in it. I don't know what it was. Thousand Island probably looks like to me. Oh man, that damn thing was good. Oh man, I tore that thing, that steak, like a hungry dog into a basket of sausages. Man, that was great. So that's why I wasn't on last night. I got home probably around 11:30, something like that, 11 o'clock, and just got home. I said, "Oh man, I missed the video." And Freddie messaged me on Facebook. We talk all the time, and he showed me on my Facebook. Everybody was on there waiting for me. Well, I felt about that high. I was, oh, geez, let those guys down. I want to do that. Every one of you guys is very important to me. You're very important. Oh, they got a one down your way too, Freddie. I'm pretty sure they do. That's a great place, buddy. I'll tell you, man. I'll definitely go there again. Man, that stuff was whew, unbelievable. I like this stuff, Freddie. You're right. This stuff does work good in decals. I didn't know, until you told me what it does. I thought it was some kind of a glue. I said, that looks a little too thin for glue, but I like it better than this stuff. This stuff is too strong. This Walters right here, this stuff is excellent. Not to put it down, but I had to give this thing a shot, and I'm pretty happy. A masking set came with this kit, though. This Emily flying boat, a great touch. And it took about a couple hours just to put the masking on the canopy. This thing is like a greenhouse. I got those pilots installed in there too. Like I say, the pilots come in the kit, though. They're great, but they really are. They're miles better than the ones they give you on the first release. They come, like I said earlier in the video, they come in 4 pieces. It comes with the torso. You got to put the head on there. That's 2 parts there. And the 2 arms make the other 2. So there's 4 parts to each. And they're pretty well detailed too. Their arms are posable. You can have going like this or like that, they're pretty neat. And they fit very good too. Whole kit's really good. I imagine this kit probably costs over $100 to buy at a hobby shop. Oh, Freddie says I got 2 of them. I bet he does. Freddie's got a hobby shop, guys. It's called Freddie's Hobbies. Man. Well, I thought that was good. His stash puts mine to shame. My fish is Emily. I got to get that final reveal for that B29 will be done tomorrow. I want to get that and that big B36 hung up. Then I'm going to whip out that F4F Wildcat. My Academy, the midway anniversary models. And I'll get started in those. And October is almost here. So I think by the middle of November, I think by November, I'm going to start my Pearl Harbor build. So I'm going to be working on that 135 border model, B5 big Cape torpedo bomber with a carrier deck that comes with it. Man, that's a weird scale for airplanes, 135. I guess they figured to be compatible scales with armor. Oh, okay, Freddie. 2 out max. If I got more of that in Tennessee out here, the one that got there is a Marble. We call it Marble out here. It's about 10, 15 miles down the road here on Route 333. And, oh, I'll tell you, I had a blast there. It was a blast. Everybody seems to enjoy themselves, you know. Well, the temperature of this room is very nice. I got the air conditioner back there going on, and it's nice in here. I want to go to church. I started to go to church this morning, and I was holding my Bible, waiting for my daughter to take me to church, you know. And I said, Dad, I sat there and we missed church today. I go, oh, well, okay. So I don't think God will get mad at us for missing one day. So I got to pray harder tonight when I go to bed. I got so much to be grateful for, guys, you know. I'm grateful to you fellas out there. And I pray for Freddie every day that he gets his Molly mojo back, that he gets back in action so I get these models popping out. I'll pray for you guys too. I don't pray for myself. I just pray for everybody else. I just ask God to forgive me for what I do wrong every night, you know. Trying to do the best I can, guys, you know. You get my age, you gotta be good. You know, I'm trying to find me a nice place to stay when I get out of here, when I leave this world. Yeah. That roadhouse is good. Last time I've been to a roadhouse was probably about 4 years ago. I was back in Ohio. My brother came in with a bit of money. He said, hey, Frank, you ever been to Texas Roadhouse before? I said, what is that supposed to be? It's a restaurant, don't you know? I said, Mike, I don't get out my sitting that. He goes, let's go out and get something to eat there. We went there, got steak there. It was really good. They get good stuff there. Last I remember, I had a big old bucket of peanuts that they had. And they had sawdust on the floor. That way you shell those peanuts. You have to worry about it getting on the floor. Hell, they sweep the stuff up every day anyway, you know. So I had some peanuts right there and had a steak, big salad. Are you working on anything now, Freddie? Man, look at torpedoes like me. Look at that flying boat looks neat. After they attacked Pearl Harbor, a lot of the Joint Chiefs and the warlords there, militarists, wanted to launch another attack. So they realized they made a very tragic error by destroying the dry docks and all the submarines out there and stuff. So they wanted to go ahead and send these Emily flying boats out. So go out there and destroy them because they had the range. They got a range of almost over 2,000 miles. These things did. They can all flying boats back in the days had a hell of a range on them. Now Yamato put a stop to it. No, don't do that. We just need these for reconnaissance, and that's it. They says right now they're looking for us. They got carriers out there. They're on full alert, and the two things are too slow. They get to a tiffy with the Americans, and there'd be a loss of aircraft, a loss of personnel. So that was Yamato wanted to put a stop to it. So, what she did. Oh, Panzer IV. Yeah, that's armor. Talk about armor. I took my tank out for a little run today. Oh, this thing is heavy. Heavy, heavy, heavy. Whoa. I got this big old Sherman tank right here, guys. This is made out of metal. This is a Heng Long 1/16 scale Sherman tank. This thing, it's almost like a real tank. It's radio control. It shoots BBs. It has a sound card in it. It has an engine, and even smoke comes out of this thing. Metal treads and tracks and everything. What you got for a spin today? You got a big hill out there. That thing climbs hills just like a hill goat. I love these tanks. Talk about tanks. I remember when I was a kid growing up in this world. We used to have dinky toys made out of metal, armor. They had half tracks, tanks, uh, weasels, cannons, and they came out of boxes. Like going to a store, just little small square boxes like this. You open up, pull out. They're probably about like that. I think they're 1/8 scale, 1/87 scale, and made out of metal. They had D9 diesel tractors and that. I love them things. We just got there and played with them all the time and stuff. Good old days, fellas. Good old days. Okay, here we go. I'm having a ball with this flying boat. I really am. Put a little bottle of water over here. They got these little plastic containers. They come with like go to a Chinese place to get food like that. Go containers. Don't throw them away, guys. These things are very very useful, especially fellas like us. Good for like right here, as you can see, they're good for decal water or even just putting parts on there. I think they're quite useful. I never throw stuff like that away. I save that stuff. My first wife, Brenda, before she passed away, I said, "What do you save all this stuff for?" She says, "You don't understand, Brenda. These are goes a modeler's delight. We need these things. Put parts in like that, put water and stuff." So you used to get on me all the time using your bowls like that to put water in. She goes, "Well, I can see that." I said, "Well, I'm glad you saw it." But it does work. I don't throw those things away, fellas. I know you guys got them too. Okay, on the watch board, we got 5 watching, 3 thumbs up, which is good. I've been on here now for about an hour and 21 minutes and 19 seconds, and the clock is still ticking. I like the way this set now. You guys get to see everything I'm doing, and I can watch the chat board. And yeah, I'm having a blast. I love water. Water's good for you guys. It really is. Keeps your insides good and clean. When it dries, everything, I'm gonna get a shot of a matte lacquer on there. Got some pastels I'll be using on it, or exhaust stains and such, a little weathering. The key of using pastels is once you've got the pastels on there, don't use gloss. Use matte lacquer and spray that matte lacquer over it every time you give it a dusting of after you apply your pastels. That'll seal it right there. Otherwise, it'll come off your hand. It'll wear off. And go back and do it again. So you achieve the finish you want. Then give the last dusting of matte, and you're home free. No Tony tonight. I hope he's feeling good. You still with us, Bruce? We got Peppy, he's still here. Freddie's still here, which is wonderful. Okay, one more to go. It's going on pretty swiftly. Get done with these yellow leading edge stripes right here. I'll switch on the back and apply the two meatballs on there. On the washboard, we got 4 watching and 3 thumbs up. Kawashi HK5, H8K2, H8K2 Emily flying boat. See, I do. I like to get my hands on the Madness flying boat, 1/72 scale of Hasegawa. I like those the ones that make that kit, and I think another company makes it one too, at a much smaller scale. And that was that. Last time I built one of those, what, 1970? Oh, 1971. I bought one of these by Hasegawa. The same company makes this one. Said this is a new tooling kit. The old tooling, I think I came out around late 1968 or 69, somewhere around there. And it I think I bought that back in 1970. WF Woolworths. Man, they had some good models back in those days, little department stores. That's when I first got introduced to Hasegawa. I was in the Navy still. I came home from leave. I always go to these old stores, like go buy models where I used to buy all the time before I joined the service. And I went in there and I saw them laying in there. I go, wow, I've never seen this company before. Made Japan. It said Carlson City. That was, I guess, that was the distributor for the company that distributes these to us and everything. Opened them up, says, "Wow, this is nice." Like the very first Hasegawa kit I bought was called the SO3C, the Curtis SOC3, 1/72 scale Seagull. It was an observation float plane, and it was probably about like that. A very highly detailed kit. I said, "Man, this is a superb kit." Then I went in there about months later. Went in there, and the Emily was there, and the about the Emily and the Rita and the Mavis flying boat. About that. About another one too they had. Which was it was I don't know. I can't remember. I don't remember. About 1971, they came out with the 1/32 scale range. Good. That went on with no fuss. This is a nice kit. I'm loving the hell out of this thing. Okay, I'll get you some kind of a perch back here. Lay on its back. Get some meatballs on it. Okay. Get the meatballs on there. All that air just get a little chilly in here. A little chilly. Oh, boy. A fresh cigar. We got 6 watching and 3 thumbs up. That's great. Chat board, we got Bruce. He's still on with us. And we've got Peppy. And we have Freddie from Sooner Models. He's still here. And we got Bruce Kier. He's still here with us of Mystic Models from the Garage. He's with us. I post a link up there, guys. So I'm gonna start doing that from now on. If you guys want to join in, that'd be great. I'm planning on it, Freddie suggested that to me. What you do is get yourself a link or something put on there. We go join on it. That'd be really great. That'd be more than icing on the cake. That'd be cake itself, all one big platter. Former meatball. Got all those coggy antennas on there. I should have got the holes to that. Really optional. Hello, Matt. How you doing, buddy? Welcome Sunday Night Live with the Emily Flying Boat. We got Freddie on here. And we got Peppy on here. We got Bruce here of the Missing Modelers from the Garage. And right now, I'm doing the completion of the decal work on this Emily Flying Boat that I'm working on. And we'll get the propellers painted up next. I'm going to call it a video for the night. And I should have things finished up probably by tomorrow. And we'll have the final reveal for this. Are you working on anything right now, buddy? All round to me. That's a pretty good one right there. Hey, you got the meatballs upside down. Which side is up, which side's down? They're all round. I like that. Oh, wow. Beautiful. God, I bet that's a beast. A 148 scale U-boat. I bet that's about like this. I bet that's about. Got to go around. Probably as big as that Titanic got back there. That Titanic's about 55 inches long. I'll be jumping on that pretty soon, too. It's starting to call on me. Oh, heck yeah. Bigger they are, more detail, and you can put the detail a lot more into it than you can if it's 144 scale or smaller scale. Now I've got two submarines. I got the USS the Gato and the Type 7 U-boat on my Revell 172nd scale. They're big. But nothing compared to what you've got. Man. Got a big boat. I got the big stick over there, USS Iowa. I got a lot of parts to it. That thing, I keep that thing clean every day. As when I was back in the Navy, I take a nice brush. I always brush it off all the time. Same thing back with the Titanic and the two oil tankers we got back there. I keep good and clean. Right now, I'm starting to restore this. Look at little Jesus off here. I know they got a great night. My King George V, my Kamea. I removed all that rigging up this thing. It got terribly dusty, and I got a temporary dust off on it. I need to do some more dusting. I'm glad I had common sense stuff about the glue down these superstructures right here. They come off. That way I can wash them off with some nice water and soap solution, clean it really good. Then I'm going to go ahead and do some restoration on this. Oh heck yeah! That's a beautiful thing. Lindsay of Lindsay's Models, he's got the Prince of Wales. And I looked at that thing and said, hey, it looks like the King George V, which is the same class battleship, you know. I like that King George V. Wish I had a photo etch set for that thing. It needs a photo etch really bad for the railings, 1/350 scale. I don't have any. I got no accessibility to a hobby shop to get them anywhere, and so all my finances, my daughter takes care of for me and things. And well, Frankie the age don't get out anymore like it used to. That's the thing I miss in life right now is my independence, getting out doing things. Oh yeah, well, Freddie sent me little snippets over here what he's got. Man, Yeah, I like their markings. They're pretty nice. They're pretty neat. I never was a great fan of Japanese aircraft, but I like them now. I love their ships. Freddie has to say here. Wow. Freddie showed me a Tamiya 1350 scale Yamato. I think I built one of those about 26 years ago. What's so neat about that Tamiya kit? It came with a lifting motor. It came with a reduction gearbox and 4 screws. The inboards were inboard. The outboards were going outboard. It was neat how they was engineered. I think it ran by 6 D-cell sized batteries. I got that kit. It's in my curio in storage. I bet to the day it still works. Yeah, those dinky toys are pretty good, Peppy. Like I say, I used to collect them all the time. They were expensive back then. They come all the way from England. I remember they came out of these little boxes, and Aunt Edith, she used to be a missionary, and every time she used to go out in England, or especially England or Germany somewhere, and she knew I always loved my stuff, and she always bought me things like that. Oh, that was Mashashi, huh, Freddie? Thought that was Yamato. Did that come with an electric motor like what Yamato did? Wonderful. Okay. I was astounded when I bought that Tamiya one. I bought it. Where the hell I bought that thing at? At the Hobby Shop USA. And I was married to be Ruth, who just got married and everything. I first bought that thing. Opened up the box, came with an electric motor. One minute, I'll show you something. This came out of my Bismarck. Tamiya. Yeah, here it is, right here. Funny darn, still got it. Still have it. Let's show you guys something. This is what I was talking about a while ago. Canvas gear, that's what came with the Yamato. And 1 and 2 reduction. The propeller shaft came out of here. And you got your motor hooked up here. Your motor hooked up right here. And this is where your shafts came out. It had a plastic neophone coupling fit between the shafts and also to the gearbox. So I'm turning a motor. See those gears turning? Thingy, how you doing, buddy? Welcome to Why String with me and the boys on Sunday night. We're just finishing up the decal work on my Emily Flyin boat. About ready to do some painting on the propellers. What are my thoughts on the old monogram white box kits with Shet paint and in the 70s? I love them. They're the best. That's what sold the model. I mean, Shet Payne came. He was he worked for Monogram when he first brought the B-17G out in 1975. The kit first came out. Of course, like all these Monogram Revell kits now, they come out. They got a brochure with his work on there, with the B-17s on there. He had a little diagram, a pamphlet that came with the kit that showed you, gave you tips how to do it and everything and stuff. Yeah, I think it was excellent right there. It really does open up a lot of doors, especially a lot of neophyte modelers, novice model builders who would like to do stuff like that and get something like that. And they get very adventurous, you know, especially you get a big, like a B-17 or something, and you get a little folio they give you. It shows you how to do dioramas. And they all like to do stuff like that. And it really makes it does. I think it's very wonderful. Yeah, I've got one over here somewhere. Let me check it out. I just built that 1975 B-17 Chowhound. Let's see if I still got that one. Come out, wherever you are. I know you're in here. How do you guys can't find it? Well, you ain't looking hard enough when I get your problem. Not looking hard enough. Let me see here. Township, California. And you see. Can't find it. God damn it. Where is it? Nope. God damn. Where the hell I put that at? I bet I'll find it when you guys ain't looking at it. That's there somewhere. Damn, can't find it, brother, fellas. Very sorry. Anyway, you guys know what I mean. Yeah, getting back to the gearbox. That one came out of the. I got two in here. And that's where the motor. That's where the motor sat on there. It clamped on, boosted your hull. The gearbox came up right next to it. One right there. Hell, I got another gearbox in here. What happened to two of them for? Yeah. There are two gearboxes. Electric motor fitted right here. It snapped on, and the gearbox that makes your motor right there. And I got the propeller shafts in there. You know, a whole bag full of gears and stuff like that. I saved this stuff. Anyway, that's what came with the Yamato. One, I know one came out of the Bismarck. Turpits, exactly. Those are early 1980 kits. They come with these. Nowadays, if you buy the MRC Tamiya 1/350 scale Turpits, Bismarck, even the Yamato, I bet $1 to a donut they don't come with this anymore. Pure gimmick. That's a sold model back in those days. Yeah, the B-24 kit. They had one that had polka dots on it for lead shift. Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah, I gotta get me another B-24 because my B-17 up there, as you can see in the background, looks pretty lonely on the B-24 next to it. Oh yeah. Yeah, what part of California you from, Pepe? I'm from Ventura. I had a house out on the beach out in the Ventura Keys out there. I left California about 47 years ago. I seen the writing on the wall what that place was going to become. I just got the hell out of there. You guys have it very rough out there, you know. Really rough. Exactly. That's when I came out in 1976. Came in a blue box. Freddie's going to send me one. I'm trying to find a box for it, you know, and everything. It's a B-24D. I was making another build for that for him, too. It's going to be Operation Tidal Wave. The Plessy oil fields out there in Germany. What was that rate? That mission was it was snafu'd all the way. Situation normal, all fouled up. Yep. They all came with Shep Payne's pamphlet right there, how to do dioramas. I think a diorama on the B-24 that I can remember. It was red, white, and blue. All these polka dots on there. It was a lead ship. And even came with a tractor and a bomb card. I like that. That was next touch. And that kit only cost $10 back in 1976 when it first came out. I mean, man, the Monogram, they were hitting them left and right, just like that. Coming out with 148 scale models. They first came out with the B-24, the B-17. The B-24 followed after that, and after that, the B-25 came out, and man, they were nailing them. And I says, man. Then they came out with that big B-29. The B-29 was retail cost in 1977 when it came out. Shep Payne did a pamphlet of the Enola Gay, and it showed you how to do modifications on the B-20 on the B-29, how to make the bomb. They had little lights out there, little goon towers out there with the light towers out there. And I remember that was the topic on the pamphlet that gave you the diorama scheme set up on the B-29. That B-29 was about $12 it cost. Yep. On the diorama, they already had Colonel Paul Tibbets standing out of the cockpit window looking down, you know. That was a good post figure. I like that. Shep Payne incorporated that in that pamphlet. See, guys, that's what sold the models back in those days. Nowadays, you don't get that anymore. All you get is you got good stuff coming in nowadays. I mean, real good stuff. But I agree with Freddie 100%. You know, 1970s, they were made the best kits back then because a lot of the kits that we grew up with were Aurora kits, Lindbergh, Revell, and ITC, Ringo. Of course, you had the Boltzwood range coming in there. But when Monogram started bringing out, and also Airfix was great too. That was a very good era time they first came out. The Airfix kits. When they came to view, and God darn, you know, 1970 like Kmart. That was the modeler's delight of buying good models. Today I can curse myself not buying all those P61 Black Widows and all those TBD Devastators that they had in there. They have a lot of comic kits too. The Balsa jobs. They had a lot of those, and They were cheap too. They were $2 kits back in those days, but you get them for about $1.50 back then. Yeah, Fred's gonna show me something. Oh yeah, the Battle of Midway. Yeah, a carrier came with the cardboard in the back of the box. You had that 148 scale, no 132nd scale Wildcat Jet Zero. I remember those, Freddie. I remember them, buddy. Yeah, there it is right there. He had those in Kmart too. 172nd scale. He had a card diorama. I thought that was neat. That really too sold the models. I wish I had that. Man. Oh yeah. That Revell P40 came out 1967 by Revell. And they made that. That was one of the first ones they brought out. And after that, they brought another one. Yeah, they brought the BF109G, and that the Spitfire followed after that. And the Corsair came out in 1970 or 71. They brought out the Mosquito, the old Wooden Wonder. They brought it out. So Revell had some pretty good 132nd scale kits too coming out. My favorite one they brought out, the P40 was the best. The P48, I believe it was a gimmick model. The wheels, they folded, they rotated, they folded in the back. And that was a beautiful kit. I like that F4F Wildcat that they had. That was an excellent kit. Yep. That's it, Freddie. You look at the cockpit very closely there. You can see Colonel Paul Tibbets looking out the cockpit there, staring at the guys while he's probably making a flight check. I remember that. Man, that's another one I can get my hands on, a 48 scale B-29. Yeah, I've got the Matchbox 132nd scale SPD Dauntless there, Dingy. It's Dusty. Right there. Yep. Matter of fact, Freddie sent me decals for that. The kit came with regular star and bar, but I modified this to make it the three. Well, the pedal blade broke off. I got it laying over there. But this is a Matchbox kit. It came with two figures. They're inside this thing right now, as you can see. This thing's dusty. It's good cleaning. Now that's been superseded by this. This is the Merit kit, the 1/18 scale. It's the V-Dauntless. This is big. Let's see what Freddie has to say here. Oh, yeah. That's it. That's it. I was right. My memory served me right. It shows you how to modify that, too. What he's doing, he's kneeling down on his knees in that pilot seat. Now, there's a diagram for the B-24. Exactly. With the polka dots on. Again, my memory served me right. That's it, Freddie. You got it all, buddy. You got it all, brother. Yep. You can swap those heads and limbs. I should do the same thing too. As a matter of fact, Shep Payne suggested that in the diorama. You can take figures, and it even showed you how you can repose their arms, like whacking out their heads and their arms and torsos and reshaping them in different poses, you know. I did that a couple times. It works. It really does. That guy was a master in his own right. He's deceased now though, but he worked with Monogram for years. Yep, it sure is, Freddie. Yeah. Now that one at 148 scale B-24 Liberator they did. If you're gonna make a lead ship out of that way, you polka dots. A paper punch works really good. All you gotta do is get yourself red, white, blue decal paper, punch, pop, 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 pop from the water, and you visually put them on there. Sure enough, it works very well. Yep, exactly. Oh yeah. If he could have took his time a little better, it would be 1,000 times better than what he offered on the kits, though. But they all have budgets on these kits. We work for a kit manufacturer. They instruct you just build a kit out of the box, paint it up, make it look nice. So you take some pictures. They're gonna buy it anyway. And you get people who are very ridiculous model builders. They don't like working fast, like it working slow. But if they're paying you, that's another thing too. But yeah, I mean, he just more or less showed you what you see. More or less, his goal was just to show everybody what you can do with that kit, and he gave me the tips how to do it. Because he had a lot of projects coming up. They probably, I guess, the CEOs that worked for Monogram at the time said, "Look, we got a B-25 coming out. We got a B-26 coming out. Get this done, and we got this coming out here now. We're going to release this next week. So before we release next week, we got to get a diagram for it. Okay, fine. I'm almost done. I got to do this, do that." And they show you the product. Is this good enough? That's fair enough. That's good. That's good. So we got here's the B-26, the Marauder. I want you to get that done now. Because after that, we got the B-29 coming up. B-29. Oh yeah. So we got more stuff coming. We got a B-36 coming up too. So he was pretty well pressured a lot though. So there was a time to get that out. Just like Captain Smith in the RMS Titanic, he was pressured to get that ship no later than Wednesday. You got to be there by Wednesday. That's why he went full speed ahead to hell with the icebergs. So when you get pressured by your peers like that, that's what you got to go through. Yeah, I do get a little fast, but after the videos, I was still working all night long. Like when I finish up this assembly right now, I'm not ready to call the video now. Like I already got the decals on this thing already. As you can see, I got Got the meat rolls on. On the leading edge, I got the yellow identification logos on there. And right now, I'll just let it dry. The time is now is about 11:30. I think tomorrow we'll get the propellers painted on this thing, and we'll have I'll probably have the thing done by tomorrow. So I have the final reveal for Tuesday. Will be on it. Boy, I do. They'll get rid of these damn flies around here, and that'll probably be got another one too we're working on. It'd be that Heikel, that 1/32 scale Heikel. It's over here. Give me a couple seconds, guys. I just gotta send that filter off and get a prime job and start selling. So we'll probably have a live action on this big old Heikel tomorrow. 1/32 scale. So we got that going. I'll probably sand that down tonight and prime it tomorrow. We'll have a video of that tomorrow, live action on that one. Get that done. Well, I gotta watch out here. I'm gonna knock this thing over. Oh yeah. Now I work for an outfit called Rick's Models, and he's seen some of my work before at model shows. I used to go to all these model shops. I'm talking about 45, 50 years ago, and I used to travel all the time to all these model conventions. And he's seen my work. He goes, Frank, I got a modeling business going on now. Oh, really? That's right up my alley. And so I'll tell you what. It says, I've seen your work. You're doing good. I know you can do it. It says, you ever worked with blanks before? Blanks. I don't understand. He goes, I bought a bunch of resin models. Actually, they're identification models. They're 1/48 scale and 1/72 scale. Now, what you got to do is you got to paint these things up, and I'll sell them to people. I said, what do you have? Well, he had a Beechcraft D18 C45 Provider, an A26 Havoc, and he had a bunch of other ones too. He says, I'm going to give you a couple of them, paint them up, and I'll pay you for these. And pretty soon he was just like I was talking about, pressure, 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 pressure. I was knocking about 5 or 6 of those things a week, building them. And one thing about that resin is that resin is, paint does not stick to resin too good. So you gotta put a little grab ass that resin. What you gotta do is you can take wet and dry sandpaper and sand up that primer on there, and it smells. Boy, you get a little drifty smell and fumes in that darn resin. But once you get it all scuffed up, then you can apply primer and you go ahead and paint them up. I paint them up and everything. He goes, you ever built vacuum forms before? Yes, I do. I build them all the time. I got some vacuum form kits for you to build. And I was really knocking them out, you know. And I didn't get burned out doing it though, but like I say, when you're doing stuff like that, you always got pressure. That's why I built. I think I'm building models for a company and everything, but actually building for myself. Oh yeah. Now you talk about figures. Now Freddie Duarte or Freddie, you talk about a figure painting this guy can do. I've seen his work. There's only two people that I know that does excellent figures work. I mean, I commissioned him one time. I have a monogram 124 scale UH16 Huey chopper. It came with two figures, and he messaged me on my YouTube channel, Frank. How about sending those doggone figures down to me? I'll paint them up for you. Oh, thanks, Freddie. And he did. And about a week or two later, he sent them to me, and we got done with those things. Those guys look like they're alive. I mean, I wish I had that chopper now to show it to you guys. Man, he did a wonderful job. Now, he does very good figure work. He does. I mean, paints their eyeballs, the color of the eyes, the whites of the eyes, different tones on the skin, and it's amazing. Last time I went to an IPMS model show was about 20 years ago. And I built a model. It was of 1/48 scale. And what was it? It was a prop driven job. Uh, yeah, it was the Revell 1/48 scale Memphis Belle. And I won second place on that thing. Then what you do is everybody's been to these model conventions, so it's even entered the same, you know. You got to go up there, they talk to you, and you send there, and they give you a piece of paper. You fill out your model, that was made out of, and if you got any extra notes or pictures that you made of the proof of the build, you add it there and look at it, and they hand your paper back to you. That's your, okay, take the table forward over there, and they know who you are. They get back your paperwork, but they say keep your paperwork next to your model. That way the judges come by and look at it, they can see your stuff. Well, all I did is just register. I didn't have no paper of instruction. Then you said, okay, guys, the IPMS chapter of Dayton, Ohio, we got Mr. Frankie Day, second place on his Revell 1/48 scale Memphis Belle Flying Fortress. Everybody starts clapping and shook the man's hand and gave me a trophy. And so you ain't allowed to take the model till the show is over with. So it'll be about an hour till everything's done. So that you've already judged me and gave me my trophy. And so they had the model vendor sections over there. I want to know they're venturing around about a few models there. And the judge said, okay, anybody's got models on your table, come and pick them up right now because they're ready to take the tables down. I'm halfway there, get my V17. And I went there, it was gone. Somebody stole my V17. I put 9 months work in that thing. Back then, those old aftermarket parts for it. I had that thing, I had a full Bombay interior in there because everybody's built the Revell 1/48 scale V17F. And it ain't nothing compared to the monogram one, especially interior wise. Interior wise, it sure ain't nothing to write home about. Just bare bones. Just bare bones. All it is give you some bulkheads, pilot seat. That's about it. A yoke. pretty much like monogram. That's about it. No in detail. Man, I detailed inside that thing, out inside that thing. It looked neat. It really looked neat. And somebody stole it. I was hot as a muffin. Came home. I said, "Well, I see by your face, you must have lost." No, I won and lost. So I don't understand. I won second place on my B-17 and somebody stole it. Oh, you gotta be kidding me, Mike. Who would steal something like that so you'd be surprised? There's thieves among us somewhere. I was really downhearted, guys. It really was. I put all my time in that thing. Auto primer is the best. You know, I use for auto primer DuPont. DuPont auto primers I use. That's not it's lacquer, but you got to be careful because you can't do. You just got to give it a good spray and let it dry, and come back and do it again. You go clearly got to start crazing. It looks like a representation of the dry desert where water used to be in, and it's all cracked. It'll start cracking all over the place. So you got to watch out for those resins. Sometimes they can really start solving up the metal that you dissolve in the plastic. I used to use butyrate aerogloss dope on my plastic model, especially vacuum forms. If I was to make an aluminum model, I sat there and one day my dad suggested to me. I said, "Well, you gonna paint aluminum?" "Yeah, Dad. But I'm not gonna use none of that doggone Tesser's silver because it don't dry good. It leaves finger marks and everything." And I said, "I'm gonna show you something. Come here." So you got the aerogloss silvery aluminum. Yeah, I got a whole bunch of dope. They know that. Well, take that dope. You take some lacquer thinner. You thin it down and run through your airbrush. And I took that aluminum dope they have on there. Used to come out little bottles, like a bottle almost about this size. Flip off the lid. You pour it there. Then you add your lacquer thinner there. You stir it up till it's nice and thin. You run through your airbrush and paint. They use the lacquer thinner and clean out your airbrush with it too. And once it hits that damn flies, it hits that airbrush, hits the plastic, it dries real fast. When you get done, it looks like it's some kind of a spraying plate to use on it. Don't come off your hands either. And you want to use different colors of panels on there, you use blues or blacks to add to your aluminum. And that right there kind of gives you different shades of aluminum to use on there. That's what we used to use years ago. Now, as you guys watch that V36 I did, I use aluminum foil tape now. Yeah, I'll be to tell you, you take suppose this DuPont lacquer paint. Just go. You can see it hit the plastic. It'll sit. It'll dry. Then come back and do it again. You just build it up. That's what I used to do on those resin kits. After you dry sand the whole thing with black and white, with the regular red, white or dry black 320 grit sandpaper, so it's nice, so it's like it scratches a little bit, which it is, it's scuffed up. You spray that primer on, that primer will stick to the scratches. And there you go. And no paint will stick on it. Because in other words, if you don't do that, you just paint over the resins, you try to mask the stuff off, you pull that tape off and pull all the paint off right down to the bare resin. Oh. And your work could be wasted. Brake fluid works really good. It removes that paint. I've done that plenty of times. I had a model. Matter of fact, I did it that 1/32 scale Corsair I had one time. And I painted it right out of the box. It was painted at the time. It was all dark blue. It didn't have the 3-color paint scheme like dark sea blue on top, intermediate blue, and white undersides. It came with all dark blue with white undersides. And I wanted to paint it the color of the 3-tone color. I wanted to make a Lulu Bell out of it. Pappy Boynton's F4U Corsair. I said, well, I don't want to paint over old paint like that and stuff. And Dad said, you know what you do, Frank? You sell some of that brake fluid. Like you said, you're right, Pep. You're right, Danny. Got a little pan out there. So it's not going to hurt the plastic at all. As soon as I put that plane in that brake fluid, you see that paint just start to crinkle off it. It just peels off like if you had a scab on your arm. Right to the plastic, then you wash it really good, then you go ahead and paint over again. But by then, I'll remove the transparencies first, the clear stuff parts first. And so you're right, 100%. That stuff works the best. Brake fluid does. Yep, exactly it. I started right over. Well, guys, I've been on here about 2.5 hours, 2 hours and 40-something, 5 minutes now. And I want to let these decals dry a little bit. I got that solution on there because I do want to do some weathering on this thing. And I can't do it when the decals are fresh and not dried yet to 100%. So I'm going to call it a vid tonight. And tomorrow, we're going to hop that Heiko 111 behind me. Because tonight, what I'm going to do when the video is uploading and get prepared to be showed out to YouTube, I'm going to go ahead and start sanding off that filler off there. Because there's some fit issues that kit. That's why I got a lot of filler on there. And normally I use for filler, I always use plastic styrene on there. I don't handle plastic styrene. All my styrene, all my stuff I got is in storage. Ohio, and right now what I've got, what I have it here, I use what I got. If I don't have it, I gotta do something, you know. Okay, Dave, thank you very much. God bless you for popping in. Tomorrow night we're gonna have another live stream action with my Revell 1/32 scale Heiko, and what I'm gonna do tomorrow, when I get that on there, I'm gonna prime it tomorrow. And get all that filler sanded off of it. And we're going to paint that thing. It's at the painting stage now. And I'm going to paint it up. We'll get the blue on there and do some pre-shading on it and stuff. And we're going to have some fun tomorrow. So you don't want to miss that, guys. And we got a lot of stuff coming your way, guys. I mean, a lot of stuff. And I'm going to start posting the link on the chat board there. You guys can click on that and join in on my channel. And that way I can have all you guys on my monitor right here. You can see me, I can see you work, and we'll just have a blast, a wonderful time. We got holidays coming up. We got trick or treat. My daughter right now, she's got not candy yet, but she's got stuff, scarecrows and stuff like that, and witches and everything. All the Halloween activity stuff laying out there ready, preparing for it. And so we got Thanksgiving coming up, Christmas. We're going to have a wonderful time, guys. A real wonderful time. And this is the first time in my life I'm worry-free now. My independence is Constitution is getting security now. Peace and security. I got no worries no more. This is my home now, rest of my life until I'm dead. Where my Heikel sitting at behind me, it's going to be my deathbed. And not right now, but eventually that's where I'll be. But I'm home free now, guys. My kids are taking care of old daddy right now. All my life, I've taken care of people, except me. Now they're taking care of me now. That's why I go to church on Sundays every day to show God my blessing of gratitude for having such wonderful hosts of friends, which you guys are. People are not only friends, you're my family, my modeling family. That's how I see it in my old eyeballs. I'm an 80-year-old fart in the wind. I'm having a wonderful time. I'm very joyous and very grateful. About, I'll say we'll start early tomorrow, about 8 o'clock tomorrow. 8 o'clock will be fine, Deggy. So anybody who's watching, we got about 4 people watching, 6 thumbs up. Those that are watching, so tune in tomorrow at 8 o'clock. We're going to have live action stream with me and that 132nd scale big Heikel Blitz bomber behind me over there by Ravel. We got plenty of time to hop on that 133 scale card model of the P2B Neptune. So I got plenty of time for that. I already put a dent in that fuselage already. So everything else is just downhill slide on that. So tomorrow, we're going to have the live action on that. And tomorrow, I should have everything finished tomorrow, the Emily. And Tuesday, we have the final reveal for that. And we'll have a final reveal tomorrow on the B-29 Nola Gay over there by Academy at 172nd scale. Thanks very much, Stangy, for tuning in. Thank you, Bruce. Thank you, Peppy. Thank you, Freddie. Freddie will see you after the video here. And we can talk and have some fun, buddy. Okay, everybody, make mama happy. Take care of the little ones. Stay focused when you drive, wherever your surroundings, say your prayers. And we still got a few weeks till it gets too cold out there to do anything. So enjoy yourself, but please be careful out there, guys. I suggest stay away from a lot of people. They got a lot of crap going on in this country. I don't agree with. It's going to be nasty. It's going to be nasty. In my life, I've seen it one time in my life. Went to Vietnam. We had all these protesters protesting against the Vietnam War. But back in those days, they were cracking melons with nightsticks. And all those people were getting laid out. It was a mess. And after people seen getting laid out like that, they eventually will pull the towel in and call it quits. So I'm afraid it's going to get to that. It's going to take something like that to wake people up. Our country's been astray for a long time. We lost this country ever since the death of our beloved president, Mr. John F. Kennedy. He was assassinated November 22nd, 1963. Ever since that, he got whacked off. Lyndon Baines Johnson of the Great Society, he's the one that got this stuff started. All this crap didn't start overnight. It took almost 50, 60 years for this stuff to come to view. It'll be over with no time. We'll get this country back together again. So please be careful out there with your family. You got to watch out. We got evil out there, guys. It's very much evil out there. And I'll pray to Jesus. The first thing I pray to Jesus every night is to please God, please rid us from all this, deliver us from all this evil. And so we all got kids. I got great grandchildren in there. I got my great granddaughter in there. I got great grandkids out in California, grandchildren out there too. And I worry about them very, very bad. And I worry about your children too, and worry about you guys. So please, 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 when you go outside, leave your home to go somewhere, that's why I say, beware of your surroundings. Keep the head on the swivel. As if you're flying an F-4F Wildcat and you got the Japanese up behind you ready to scoop down on you. Got to be prepared. You got to be smart. And take care of your family. Take care of your children, yourself. Say your prayers. And the Lord's willing, the creeks don't rise. We'll catch them all night at 8 o'clock. Live action with me and the Heichel by Ravel 1/32 scale. This is Frankie Day from Frankie Day Model signing out. And we'll catch you guys tomorrow. And God bless everybody. And thank you. I love you fellas. Take care, guys. God bless you all. Bye, gentlemen.